afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, like Defender of the Fatherland, of hidden exciting 1 vs 1 on Crossing on the Woods Between in the south. By the way, setting is 1944, somewhere in Eastern Europe, probably the Ukraine. The Russian army's pulling ahead. Operation Bagration is in full swing. And the German army here with Vonasten is being forced into the line to hold the line here with the Sperrverbannte Wolf. In the north you got Jesulin here with the Soviet Union charging ahead for the motherland with the 7th Mechanized Corps. He's got armored assault ready, by the way. We got infantry, specifically elite infantry with mine bulletins, and we got Ostrov mobile defense and Jaeger infantry with machine guns, infantry, panzers bulletins. A certain ragtag group there, whatever could be scraped together by the German army, since they really had to do Operation Bagration. They basically sort of combed everything they could and threw that at the enemy, including what was known as the Valkyrie unit, so basically sort of a defense force, basically sort of back in Germany. They were basically sort of grenadier battalions, but lacking in a lot of elements, and they were basically just sort of fit into the meat grinder in the Eastern Front, for example, to slow all things down. That was just one of many types of units. We got double penal troops start here for Jesulin. Interesting note, by the way, it is a special Rifle Command start. There's been actually an increase in seeing those from the Serb players, not just Comscos or Maxims, but also penal troopers. As the meta changes and meta shifts, certain units gain more value. And again, it's one of the reasons I think, this patch has been as successful as it is, despite, you're seeing a lot of people arguing the exact opposite in forums and the likes. But the fact we're just seeing a greater variety of strategies all around, I think, is usually a good sign. But they're going for the penal troopers here. 1,200 rounds per minute going straight in the general direction. Got a least moving up here as well. Small forcing westwards there. And similarly here from Jesulin, we got a bit moving in the west here. Jesulin and Vonasten, of course, two high ranked and high skilled players. Though Jesulin hasn't been playing the game a lot. Vonasten has been a much more, shall I say, sticking type. So let's see how it goes between these two. We got here sandbags going up. He'd up to defend the western field and secures it. Jesulin here being more focused on the eastern side, of course, has been pushing us very hard for this, and so might find himself surprised to find Vonasten at both fuel points. Setting up the M42 up here in the northern point covers this area quite nicely, and it's also a bit difficult for Jesulin to rush, since the men can't move up a steep incline there. Penal troops into a sniper, an interesting build there from Jesulin. Normally see the snipers early, but 2 penal troops into sniper. We'll have to see, of course, how Vonasten reacts to this. He's taking up though pretty fast. Probably going to do this. MD42 might be worried about M3A1s and wants to counter that. Of course, also potentially is worried about snipers as well, in which case, again, a 2-2 could also be a very good way of dealing out if it's a delayed sniper. So, obviously, we can't quite see into the head of Vonasten nor Jesulin, so of course, I'm just speculating based on sort of, basic knowledge and whatnot, and my own instincts. Penal reserves are going to do this, and we got the sniper out there for Jesulin for the 7th Mechanized Corps. Galizia pushes back the engineers quite successfully. Jesulin does strikes here for the motherland. Though again, just a few penal troops out in the field. While he does in sense having a few high punch units, he doesn't have a lot of them, which means if Vonasten can buck him down anywhere, Jesulin can quickly find himself just losing steam. That's a bit the trick here with sort of, more elite unit builds like this, as long as they're well balanced. If they're not, obviously, it becomes really, really powerful. But there you go, Sniper joining in here, gets 1 kill on the Grenadiers. We can see that Vonasten falls back, realizing this is going to be engagement that does not favor him at all, since again the Sniper can just bleed him out, so he switches away. We got aggressive mining here from Vonasten, very interesting, not Teller mines, S mines, possibly catch the Sniper also units. In this case, just trying to make it harder for Jesulin to retreat his units here. That's actually really sneaky there by Vonasten. I like it, like setting up S mines on the opponent's retreat path is a bit tricky, but if you can do it, it can be really potent, since S-mines, to an extent, don't quite nearly as much care about all of the retreat bonuses, so it can really be impactful. Of course, it requires your opponent doesn't get aware of it, otherwise he just moves in and sweeps the door. But again, done correctly, it can be really nasty, really mean. So thumbs up to Vonasten there for doing something really mean in a sense you just don't see, and again, which does require a bit of foresight and everything else. It's not something you see done a lot, because it's not easy to do, actually. It's mean, but it's not easy, which, puts it in the sort of the fair end of the spectrum. Of course, it's still pretty mean, but it's fair. Meanwhile, I'd like to make a nice company game for Vonasten. Jesulin here with now 3 penal troop escorts. He's already going for 1 with anti-tank rifles, obviously indicating he knows what's coming, and it's not the ice cream ban. Remember, comrades, it's never the ice cream van, because we've had all the ice cream van drivers shot. And the fascist ones only deliver to the Germans. Slowly moving up here. Actually seems like he's more waiting for Jesulin to move something into the east. West side here's now moving in. They're going to go for the southern western field point. Poor Fritz gets sniped. And we got nothing more going on. People moving in with their anti-tank rifles. The PTRS-41. Not to confuse with the PTRD, which was a bolt action anti-tank rifle with slightly higher penetration. But on the other hand, slower rate of fire. No fun fact there. We got a 250 half-track on the way there for Vonasten. Part of me wants to believe it's for a reinforcement half-track, but more likely it's going for the flamethrower half-track, since that's pretty good versus infantry build. And of course, it's another way to try and counter the sniper. But I could be proven wrong here. I could be proven wrong, but then again, Vonasten is no Red Wings. He's a good player, but he's not quite Red Wings in some sort of, say, unique strategies. Then again, you don't have to be to still, be innovative and do neat things. By the way, we got the half-track on the way, and he is indeed going for the Flampanzer upgrade there. And meanwhile, Vonasten remains in good control here versus Jesulin. Gonna need to be careful. Stoffnigge standing back the other side. They're gaining another kill here for the motherland. 5 kills so far. Jesulin remains quite on the defensive here versus Vonasten. Half-track moving forwards, and there you go. Got the PTRS is opening up here. Some light damage to the 251 half-track, also known as the Hanomag, by the Western Allies due to the fact it was made by the Hanomag company. The Germans called it the Schützenpanzerwagen, though there was apparently some who actually called it a Grenadier Panzerwagen. Now Vonasten is going for a very sort of, shall say, mech or motorized strategy with not just half-techs but several 2-2s. It was actually quite interesting. Just meanwhile here is taking basically the situation as full face and basically deciding, alright, I'm going to have to tech for field guns. I can't tech up in the current situation. Field guns are trying to deal with all the vehicles it's being hit with. And you might also soon again realize again there's 2-2s out. And this is actually in many ways a very aggressive strategy for Vonasten. I mean, committing to not just 1 but 3 light vehicles as the Wehrmacht. It's actually quite a lot. I mean, in terms of fuel, that's pretty much what it requires to tech for tier 3. Never mind the manpower investment. So Vonasten, he's also going to do this, but he's really committing hard here. He's just trying to squeeze Jesulin out of the fight right here and now. I mean, you don't go for that many light vehicles unless you're trying to finish it now. So that's actually quite interesting to note there. That is quite interesting to note. There's definitely been a slight increase in Wehrmacht players again now committing to these high levels again, vehicle strategies. I mean, again, more strategic diversity, more options. Good. It'd be more a problem if there wasn't, to be honest, after the patch. But there you go, to almost taking up with the field gun. Jesulin, though, is slowly pushing in. He, of course, realises he has to change his tactics. He's now much more focused. He has to sort of concentrate his force with bigger punches, so that way try and break through Vonasten's motorised cordon. And further that way, just trying to overwhelm the other units he's got. Almost got the MD-42 if you can. Why would that be pretty big? But no, last man runs and makes a successful escape from the Bolsheviks. And these 2-2 here holding things up. In the southwest, we've got the flame for half-track, and the 2-2 number 2 is back here for pairs. Vonasten, he could take up. He could go for Ostrom. He could go for Panzer Grenadiers, though again he is rather on troops. So some things he has to be careful about. Pinus was going for the centre victory point. And back here, healing reinforcement for Jesulin. But mobile defense versus armored assault. Both strategies to an extent emphasize vehicles, though Vonasten does have more of an infantry element, can support it better, and his vehicles overall aren't quite as punchy. So I mean, if Jesulin can sort of get to the late game phase with the T-35s, Vonasten's doctrine loses some of its, shall we say, cohesiveness in the late game, since the Pumas don't work well with that, and definitely don't work well with the Eyes too. So up to an extent now, Vonasten to an extent committing further to the light vehicle strategy. We'll have to see if we can sort of exercise it fully, or if Jesulin can hold on for long enough and for dear life to turn the game around here versus Vonasten. Then this wing here, there you go, quick kill. That sniper hold up inside the house. In the west corner, these versus penal troopers getting off a good rifle grenade there. He's going to have to retreat soon, losing a penal troop squad at this stage. It'd be pretty difficult there, go rifle enough, causing a rather horrendous catch. There you go, 2-2 sensing a weakness here in Jesulin's forces, hit the flank. Field gun turns about, but over here they vanish, melting back into the shadows. Very good. They're blending back into the shadows. All the way, good work there by Vonasten. Nice little hit and run. Taking up further, pulling his advantage versus Jesulin. I mean, he's controlling most of the fuel. he could easily push for some Panzer 4, so he get really, really ballsy and try and go for tier 4, which would be quite interesting. He basically tier 1, tier 2 into tier 4 strategy, basically carried here by a very light vehicles heavy strategy. Which sounds a bit weird, you know, strategy heavy and light vehicles. Feels a bit oxymoronic. There we go, Flamethrower there taking a hit from the SIS-3, the 76.2mm shell, boring through the armor but not quite taking it out. Jesulin slowly exerting control here and gaining some foothold there versus Vonasten. And the Sperrverband Wolf, which is so far doing extreme well. There goes Savage Touch off. Can he get it off in time? And he gets the MG42. Now, if he can just push through the 2-2s and get to it, that'd be pretty solid there for Jesulin. And in which case, he can turn the machine gun against Vonasten. He's going for a second field gun here, probably again figuring that he's going to get hit by vehicles and armor fast, and he's going to need more to tank. Of course, there's the advantage he still has if he can sort of just push through those. Vonasten's forces have a severe deficiency in the infantry department. But there you go, does grab the MG42, and he's still down to 2 gun leaders, a Pioneer Squad and an MG42. He is absolutely relying on these vehicles holding together, which means he's very much reliant on no mines from Jesulin, and he does make any mistakes, so the pathing does mess up. Like, if any one of those 3 factors goes wrong, Vonasten's strategy could very well fall apart easily. So this is actually a very interesting, I would say, high risk strategy here for Vonasten. So far though, it is paying off, and it's paying off massively. In fact, he's rushing for tier 4. He is rushing for tier 4 on the back of 2 2-2s and a flame for a half track. And he's doing it, I would say, through some pretty skillful usage of his light vehicles here against Jesulin, who's now going for a Maxim. I mean, it's not like Vonasten has a lot of light infantry. I feel like this is a bit of a wrong call by Jesulin. Then again, going for 3 field guns in some ways could also be a bit much. Vonasten going for the sniper. Interesting enough, he's not going to try and push it straight away for, say, Panzer there for a Sturmpanzer right now, which I think would be really, really strong. Instead, he's going for a sniper. Probably figuring that his biggest threat right now is Jesulin's sniper, in which case, again, his remaining infantry forces could very well find themselves crumbling, leaving it only with the light vehicles, and of course, I mean, he's got nothing to support them with. But there you go, Jesulin's finding towards a fuel point there. Sniper out. Oh, he got the wipe. He got one of Vonasten's Grenadier squads. He's down to just 1 Grenadier, 1 Pioneer, 1 Sniper, and 1 MG42. That is actually a pretty high risk force composition there for Vonasten. I mean, this is, in terms of map control, very weak and could backfire. And there you go, Jesulin laying down mines. He is laying them down a lot. Vonasten so far is not going for mines. He definitely should be doing that because, I mean, with a high light vehicle strategy, you do not want to risk losing any of your light vehicles to this, because if any of those hits a mine, that could very well be down with it, in which case Jesulin gains a massive advantage. But so far, again, the strategies are always working out there for Vonasten surprisingly well, to an extent I think buoyed by the fact that he, you know, went for armoured assault tactics and relied on penal troopers. Had he say gone for Guards Riflemen, this strategy could have run into some bigger issue, and the extra doctrine with the Guards Riflemen that is. Then Vonasten's strategy might have had some bigger issues, but then again he might not have gone for it. Drifting around here and there. Engineers push back by the 2-2 in the east. Again, he's making good use of them to basically corral Jesulin about like cattle. Marxist cattle. And they go Flamethrower taking up. It's going to hit the mine. It's going to hit the mine. Sadly, Jesulin doesn't have any units immediately within line of sight to just deal with it. Oh, this has been pretty great for Jesulin. In this case, Vonasten's Flamethrower tech does get away. I mean, it's going to be a bit out of commission for a while, but even then, this is not exactly, I imagine, what Jesulin was hoping for. I'd also certainly start to get the impression Jesulin here might end up just trying to push for an IS-2, which was sort of more of a strategy once we've seen from the Wehrmacht in ages back, by the way, not now recently, but when they were usually the ones that got overwhelmed early on, though a lot of them just, you know, try and stall for an heavy tank. A target now, Jesulin, due to, shall we say, a confluence of different factors, is now finding himself doing the same thing as the Soviets. And Vonasten is pushing for Sturmpanzer 4 now. He's just rolling ahead here. Not bad, not bad. Jesulin's going for another Maxim, though. I mean, Vonasten doesn't have a lot of infantry. Better off actually going for fuel caches and trying to take up than going for a Maxim more. Or even another field gun. I definitely feel like more Maxims here is a wrong call by Jesulin. It feels like he's just going for it because it makes him feel safe in a strange way, but I don't think he should be giving the impression from Vonasten that Vonasten has that much infantry that really necessitates 2 Maxims. I mean, right now, Vonasten has more vehicles and he's got infantry. And man, he's got as many, snipers as he's got assault tanks or Sturmpanzers. That's definitely a funny force comes. There you go. Vonasten are going for more grenadiers now. And yes, and they're committing to a 3rd field gun. Makes a tough sense. We got mines being laid down somewhere. Again, he's further preparing there. Trying to hope that Vonasten will extend and then punish him. And of course, this time around, in the hopes he can actually catch him in the act of extending. Close to getting the flamethrower attack. But no field guns about to really just deliver the killing blow. We got the Sturmpanzer moving eastwards. In the centre here, we got Max being pushed back. Sniper hanging about. Oh, he might actually have spotted the sniper. That'd be pretty bad news there for Vonasten. Jesulin, though, is actually making a really nice comeback now against Vonasten. He's actually got a good chunk of the map back. And of course, such a tier 4 rush strategy from Vonasten is pretty risky. He just said going for Panther 4 in some ways could have done well. But then again, the map and possibly enough field guns from Jesulin could also wreck that. Either way, though, he is making good use of, again, his strategy or tactics that sort of allowed him to turn things around here versus Vonasten, and the fact that Vonasten just had so little infantry and other things made it much easier as well. So it's very interesting here what's going on. Though Jesulin is still in a weak position versus Vonasten, and he is slowly, very slowly, turning around the corner. There you go, Sturmpanzer, right hit from, straight into a mine in front of the field gun. Pop smoke though. Mobile defense, of course, he's been quite handy. Obviously, actually hasn't used the dogs except for the Panzer tactician. But gets away. We got the 2-2s moving up here. No mines there. Field guns needs to about deal with it. Second shot bouncing off the field gun's frontal armor. Pretty lucky there for Vonasten. Field gun needs to get a bit closer there. And here we got the house cleared out. Grenadiers rifle grenading. Very nice starting there. And by Jesulin. Vonasten's retreating his grenadier squad there. He's pushing for a lot now, actually. No Panzer Grenadier. Just Grenadiere. Kampfgruppe, or the Sperrverband Wolf, which basically means blocking group. Sort of hung up there, Sperrverband, with generally sort of more defensive Kampfgruppen that were again just usually made up of what was available locally, and their job was just basically to hold the line. They were generally named after whoever was in command of the unit. Similar to how most Kampfgruppen were named after the commander of the unit, unless it was basically designated a division, which was in such poor condition, it just was referred to as a Kampfgruppe to again further that way highlight on a larger scale that this unit was not good for a lot left. Grenadiers versus penal troops, and you see it by the centre victory point. We got rifle grenade off, dodged, but Jesulin actually got really good map control versus Vonasten. He's also got 3 field guns, a sniper, 2 Maxims, 3 penal trooper squads. And now with Vonasten having 3 grenadiers out, the 2 Maxims do prove themselves to be a lot more worth it for Jesulin. And he's actually going for 4, so suddenly 2 Maxims look a lot better. So that's sort of, I would say, slightly weird way of going about things, but pays off there for Jesulin. Some good foresight in that case, and I guess I was wrong. But there you go, 2-2 flanking in here, going for the field guns, very good work. I mean, Vonasten sort of looks for weak spots and then takes advantage of it, even smoke here to further just obscure, and then push in. They're really good use of the 2-2s there by Vonasten, really good use of them. There you go, got the penal coming up, but certainly none with any actual sort of anti-vehicle weapons. Unit wiped out somewhere, it looks like a penal squad did bite the dust. Sturmpanzer probably did, the Maxim under fire here, field gun opening up, sniping nearby, machine gun flanking the Maxim. Chaos and Pendulum almost got the 2-2 and gets away with a tiny slip of health. And Grenadiers is sweeping in through the centre, taking advantage to hit a flank of the field gun. Very good work there by Vonasten. Really good sort of tactical field sense there by Vonasten. He sort of just has a good idea of how Jesulin's positioning his forces to the next exploit it. Very good. Sniper with him hang back with the supporting of the Sturmpanzer 4. Satchel charge off on the Grenadiers. He almost lost his unit, so that was balls of steel there with Vonasten. That he wasn't paying attention, only realised like seconds before. I mean, imagine if he'd gotten both Grenadier squads, so that would have been boom. That wouldn't have been quite GG, but it would have been a massive swing in the balance in favour of Jesulin. But you can see that again, he's not really going for anything. He's just committed here to the IS-2 strategy again. At this stage, I do think we'd actually afford to just consider just taking up instead. But I'm guessing Jesulin's sort of sticking to his plan. He's not risking anything versus Vonasten. And he's spare for Band of Wolf. The Sturmpanzer there bombarding away. Good use of it there. Noting, by the way, Vonasten's also sniping. Jesulin hasn't. So, bit of bad news there for Vonasten. Bit of a loss. We'll have to see what he goes for next. He could go for a Panther here. He could also pull for a Panzerwerfer. I mean, there's a lot of support out for Jesulin, so a Panzerwerfer here could be a pretty good choice. Good field gun hit there, almost takes out the entire Maximum crew with an excellent hit from the 150mm gun. There's a tank 14 to this penal troopers waiting. Then we got the field gun ready, quick bombard. Sadly, no Maxims here, and there you go, Rifle grenade off. Ooh, nice aim there. Basically aimed in such a way it wouldn't actually flow with the cover, I think. Basically increasing the damage it will do. Like if a grenade goes over the cover to hit a unit on the other side, it basically loses a lot of its damage. So, little tip there. And there go another rifle grenade off. Note this only applies with heavy cover. Light cover does not get such benefits. Heavy Panzer Corps, standing still, standing silent. No Panzerwerfers there. Needs for the Minesweepers. Jesulin not replacing his lost penal trooper squad. A bit risky there. Now his opponent has 4 Grenadier squads out, and he's increasing equipment with a lot of light machine guns. Sniper though continues to be an absolute machine here for Jesulin. 17 kills. Really good investment there for Jesulin. Has paid off nicely. Actually, did he go for? Yeah, he did go for third penalty. I just briefly sort of had to. I'm correct. And there you go. Field gun hit by the. Hits the Sturmpanzer 4. Ooh, almost looked like he got on the sniper there with the Sturmpanzer, and instead field guns land several hits that penetrating 100mm thick armour, forcing the Sturmpanzer to fall back for now. More pioneers on the Vonasten. He's not trying to go for. No, cancels it. Might actually now be planning for the Panther. Or is he planning a command tank? Befehlspanzer. Jesulin is very much set on the IS-2 strategy. Hopefully begins taking up after that. I hope he's not been consumed by Fear Syndrome. That'd be rather unfortunate. My God, Otto, how do you get all of these holes in the armored car? It's supposed to be armored. Yeah, well, turns out someone's been skipping on the armoring part. Look at this, it's made out of cardboard. And I think some of this is butter. Who would do this thing? Yeah, I don't know, probably Fat Girling. He probably needs all of that armour for his chairs and bed to hold up his fat ass. There we go, Vonasten going for a Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. But actually successful to a full rush here from Vonasten. Quite impressive, to be honest. Sturmpanzer gaining veterans you won. Gun is almost on. There you go, filming something in the 2-2s. One escapes again. Really good unit personally for Vonasten. Wouldn't, I think, be possible without mobile defense of the Pan Tactician, though that is really paying off massively for him. Panther's almost done, but Jesulin is also very, very close to the IS-2, the Joseph Stalin 2 tank. There we go, Panther out, and of course, Jesulin will be immediately aware that his opponent has a Panther. Though again, I imagine Jesulin is quite aware that was going to happen at some point. His opponent's gone for Sturmpanzer. Flamethrower, they're getting very close to Vetting Fleet. Pinning up machine for the Panther, and IS-2 very, very, very close to done there for Jesulin. Very close to done. But he's also just really managed to just decrease the gap between the two. I mean, he's almost got Vonasten down to him in victory points. I mean, really strong play there by Jesulin. Just really turning about a weak start into, you know, a reasonably solid mid game here. Again, he has to take up after the IS-2. I mean, he's got enough resources to easily do so as well. So, like, there's no excuse there for Jesulin to linger around with only an IS-2 for long. There we go, IS-2 available here for Jesulin. Joseph Stalin 2 tank, adding the Dish-Cut Pinlock machine gun. Fun fact, only Russian heavy armor like the IS-2 actually had Pinlock machine guns. Only around 1950, that is during the Cold War, sort of regular tanks began getting them in the Soviet army. There we go, direct hit here on the machine gun from the IS-2, kills poor Franz, causing the rest to run away. Now, of course, there's a time for the Panther to get to work. I imagine Vonasten got the Panther because he sort of read the signs. Again, I imagine he's quite aware of Jesulin went for armoured assault. If he didn't see anything else in terms of armour, he was going to go for an IS-2, in which case a Panther, if you go for T4, obviously is your best bet. Otherwise, you could theoretically back take for the Supreme Court to go for Stubes. And now Jesulin's going for conscripts at this stage of the game. Very interesting. I mean, this fight is just in many ways not your average fight, which just makes it very interesting. But there you go, betting 3 punions for the score. TR2 million head grenades are being suppressed. To the 2 flanking, very good work there by Vonasten, though he loses it. Finally, he loses a 2-2-2. Really good preservation there by Vonasten up till then, though. And there goes Sturmpanzer, moves in and almost gets a full wipe there on the penal troopers. Panzer annoying for Vonasten. I'm surprised it actually took him that long to try and get something to counter all of these support weapons, but he does go for it. Points they're being secured. IS-2, those being played rather passively. I imagine Jesulin doesn't want to run into a mine. He might try and figure out where the Panther is. Again, he knows there's a Panther. He was paying attention to the radio intercept ability. So he might just be trying to figure out where the bastard is before committing his IS-2, because if he loses it, Jesulin's going to be in a very bad spot. They should definitely prioritize getting up something to support it as soon as humanly possible. Panzerwerfer almost done there for Vonasten and the Sperrverband de Wolf. There you go, Panzerwerfer out. Got the IS-2 moving up. Shattering bar, wine almost the cover in the centre east here. Sturmpanzer been going for the maximum here. Almost gets up the halfway to it. We got the field gun opening up, penetrating millimeters, hundreds of millimeters of thick armour. Both field guns going to set up. Need to attack round here to get a good chance of hitting it, but they don't. Oh, they all hit right in front of the Sturmpanzer. Bit difficult to predict how fast the Sturmpanzer moves with the smoke gap. And in this case, Jesulin guessed incorrectly. He just got bad luck. But there you go, Panther firing up here. Shooting out where he last saw the field, trying to take them out. Really nice work. And oh, he might actually try to predict where the field guns were moving and trying to catch them there, anticipating he would move them. And there you go, running for the max, but there you go, right in front of the IS-2. Ah! Really close here. Maximum down to, well, half health and half size. There you go, almost got it with the IS-2. But Reinhardt there makes it out of it alive. Got the Sturmpanzer moving up again, very close to Victory 2. Bit of a loss there for Jesulin, but the sound mechanized. IS-2 landing more kills there, almost got an MG42 crew there, and it gets away because the Panther moves out and pops the smoke screen. Good uses there of Panther Tactician by Vonasten. Most players rarely utilize the Panther Tactician for anything except getting the units out of there, but Vonasten has clearly got the skill to use to cover up his other units, so really good stuff there. Trying to catch the Sturmpanzer with the field, instead just gets hit. Certainly both sides are getting more bold and aggressive now. They got larger force in this case now that Jesulin has got the IS-2, but he's got so much manpower and fuel. Direct hit wiping out the entire engineer squad. That was a really nice shot there by Vonasten Sturmpanzer. On the other hand, Vonasten is really beginning to lose ground now. I mean, Jesulin's almost got full map control, or good map control, we'll say 50%-ish map control here. Light vehicles falling back here. Jesulin doesn't know the others could actually cut off the path with the IS-2 and probably taking out at least one of them. Will Jesulin finally be taken out? Will he go for the mechanized armor company now? Yet. Shame. I do think the faster you can do that, the better. Ah. Panther mostly hits the tree line there. And ultimately does make as big of an impact as it could have. Troops healing, reinforcing. Flamethrower moving up, IS-2 moving down, and shoots. Ah, misses. A spectacular miss there from Jesulin's Josef Stalin 2 tank. Another miss there, and we got air support calling from Jesulin trying to shore up the line in the west here against Vonasten's forces. He tries to push into the Jesulin's territory, but the sniper is still alive and kicking. Close vetting 3 here, going for decent fuel point as well, very good. From these repulsed. Jesulin still not taking out. Vonasten close to full pop cap. Could consider building bunkers now, or maybe some caches. I also think a Pentagon in this squad could prove quite helpful here for Vonasten. He's cleaning up the field gun there, gunning down in cold blood, and we got more support out here from Jesulin. IS-2 moving westwards with its 122mm cannon. Turning into the German infantry to retreat. There we go. Panther lands a good hit with his high velocity 10mm cannon. And there you go, aircraft shot down. Bit of loss there for Jesulin. Then again, it was about to pass out anyway, so perhaps not as big as loss as it could have been. Good hit there from the Sturmpanzer. It's really good, I think, there with the attack run and the Sturmpanzer. There you go, good hit from the IS-2. But the Panthers nearby. We got the Panther barrage off here. He's probably going to try and finish off the field guns. And there you go. Gets one of them. The other one is still operable, but he's going to lose the veterancy on the first one, delaying Jesulin's empty to get a higher veterancy field gun, which would be pretty good versus the Panther and the Sturmpanzer. In the west there, or east I mean, engineers there being haunted and hunted down here by Flame for Half Techs, and the... Oh! Flame for Half Tech finally went down. Definitely though, a good investment there for Vonasten in part because of his just really good usage of it. Jesulin started their way, veterancy 3, 27 kills. Really high value unit as well for Jesulin. And I'm making at this stage high priority target for Vonasten, just putting out of its bloody misery. Going for the maximum. You got field guns nearby to try and help deal with it. Jesulin really needs to take up. And the Sturmpanzer here with its shots and hammering away at the German infantry. Pioneers going territory in the west. We got the IS-2 dealing with infantry. And a quick hit on the Sturmpanzer 4 with its 30 kills. Vonasten is also flowing resources, though he's mostly at full pop cap, whereas Jesulin still has room to go for more staff. "28 kills about the sniper about to hit here. 29 I mean. 29. Air support called in this time around the centre to basically show up his field guns versus all the infantry attacking. Definitely not a bad idea. And we got the command tank up for Vonasten here. Good work here by Jesulin, of course, pretty much knows that as soon as his field guns are revealed for any prolonged period of time, Vonasten's going to try and take them out with his Panzerwerfer, since both field guns together present a very good target. So there's a bit of a dance involved with the two players. Vonasten tried to predict where the field guns would move, then tried to hit them there, and of course Jesulin just tries to move them in such a manner that his field guns just don't get immediately nuked. So that is quite interesting to note there, quite interesting to note. Can't because people are running out there. I'm still not entirely sure why I went for them, except maybe to merge with them. Or just to get my infantry out, which of course works. But Jesulin seriously needs to take out. I mean, a single IS-2 is just not going to cut it in terms of like dealing with all that's the mobile elements Vonasten's got out. You know, a couple of T-35s could really do a lot here versus some of all the other armour that Vonasten has, which would all, of course, free the IS-2 up more specifically for dealing, say, with a Panther. Rather than right now, he's just, you know, trying to play catch here with Vonasten's vehicular pool. And it's so far not quite working out fully. So Jesulin, I think, strongly needs to get that. Very strongly. Is pushing it, strengthening Yearsfield and supporting Max loading up here as well. Back here, back to get some healing reinforcement, but there's still no take up for Jesulin. IS-2 moving westwards. Panzerwerfer unleashing hell. Sniper needs to get out of there. In this case, Vonasten pulls a bit of surprise here. Sniper though doesn't die. And there go Grenadier Squad fully annihilated by the IS-2. Direct hit here. Machine gun even dropped. Grenadier Squad number 2 got in trouble here from the IS-2. And there goes, shoots, almost wipes the Grenadier Squad number 2. Big impacts there from Jesulin's IS-2. Big impacts. I really, again, cannot stress enough how much Jesulin needs some more armor than the IS-2 out in the field. 35 kills, Jesulin 3. Jesulin 3 and 17 kills. Troops are healing reinforcing. And back here they got the heavy panzer corps just doing nothing there for Vonasten, obviously. Not really anything to get it with only like 7 population points left. More conscripts for Jesulin. Interesting choice here. I mean, it would give him sort of rough parity there with Vonasten, but I still think like he needs tanks. Then it was the IS-2. I fear Jesulin at this stage might have suffering from fear syndrome, which obviously is only to the benefit of Vonasten. Though right now I think one issue for Vonasten is his playing his sources a bit scattered, not very concentrated. Which makes it easy for Jesulin to defend off rather than try to say make a big push for some infantry. His Panther and Sturm Panzer support by the Panzerwerfer. He could probably do more damage against Jesulin, but the way sort of playing is sort of a bit more here and there. Nothing decisive, which overall allows Jesulin to get force parity in terms of rural population now with Vonasten. So Vonasten could arguably be said to be playing a bit too statically, a bit too much focus on the status quo rather than trying to get any more decisive advantage. Which is pretty good for Jesulin, obviously. There you go, tang into the gun, and he's almost walking out the entire squad. More Sturm Panzer shoots, fails to hit. Panther moving up to the side of the gun field and shoots back. Panther gets a good hit on the IS-2, almost getting the machine gun here. Field guns up, and there you go, penetrating at the Panther, almost got the machine gun here and gets away. Veterans 1 in the IS-2, Panther 4 backs, half health. Big 2 points wise. Vonasten still has a leader with Jesulin, but it is slowly closing in here. Troops healing reinforcing. Back here, not much else going on there for Vonasten or Jesulin.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
There you go, Sturm Panzer unleashes hell. Halfway to Veterans 3. Pretty good work there by Vonasten. Pretty good work. 39 kills, really impressive there by Jesulin. And I imagine a bit annoying for Vonasten. Field gun caught here, engineers laying down more mines, but I still wish Jesulin would just take up. But at this stage he's got so many forces. Even if he were to take up, he wouldn't be able to get any tanks out. So Jesulin certainly managed to land himself in a slightly awkward spot here. Panther unleashing hell. Oh! Full wipe on the conscripts. Utter annihilation. Devastation. Full 6-man gone in the blink of an eye. Shattered. And pulped. Air support called in here. Panzer 4 community pops up smoke. I was 2 minutes up, people putting back the centre units. And there you go, air support strafing in. Tang into the retreating German infantry. Getting several kills, almost wiping out in the maximum crew retreat. Got machine gun moving ahead here, field gun ready. They're going up in the command tank. Panther moving up to engage the IS-2. Field gun ready to provide support. Jesulin still not taking out. Aircraft shot down. What shot down is a bit harder to say. Maybe the 2-2, since that's got 2 vehicles on its conscience. Maybe the Panther. That's got 2 vehicles destroyed as well, so that could have been aircraft there as well. Knowing there's in fact only, you know, the IS-2 that there's vehicles, it's pretty safe to say if they kill any vehicles, it's an aircraft. I mean, even the Sturm Panzer's got a vehicle kill.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Back and forth, IS-2 gets a good hit there. Jesulin still not attacking. But he's still also doing reasonably well. Though again, I think he could actually get a decisive advantage versus Vonasten. We just push the vehicles and made a good push. And similarly, if Vonasten I think just concentrated focus trying to make a big push rather than just maintain the status quo, he could probably deliver something hard hitting versus Jesulin before Jesulin has a chance to take up and hit him back hard. But again, neither player seems to be acting again. They just seem to slightly dancing around each other. A bit of a standoff here. So let's go for more pioneers. Jesulin, who knows what. Back here, reinforcing. 19 kills in the Strafnigi. All pioneers out, and oh, we got tech up. We got actual genuine tech up. Over 40 minutes of the game, and Jesulin's moving beyond the tier 1 structures. He's going up. Finally. Not too soon. Not a minute too soon. Sandbags being dug in here. 139 and 264. Panther half beat of Version 2. My god, Ludwig, they're trying to build sandbags. Shoot at them! What about the main gun? Just shoot at them with a Maschinengewehr. It will do the trick. Go directly from the Australian, the Panther. Panther bounces off the R2's army. A heavy armor there, go field and gets a good penetrating on the Panther. Those troops trying to sneak ahead. He could try and bombard it with the field guns. And in fact, yeah, we go. That first shot makes a bit of damage, but nothing in terms of real impact. There we go. Half the crew gone. Pulling back the R2, I think, for some light repairs. And there goes Jesulin. It's going to the mechanized armor company. We could be seeing actually 5 T-35s here versus Vonasten. Unit wiped out though. Looks like a field gun finally got caught here by the Panzerwerfer. Destroyed. Zerstört. There we go. Panther shoots. Failed to penetrate the IS-2's armor. Again, people get caught with the Sturmpanzer, but it's getting very close to victory. We get air support called in to hold off any infantry. Of course, there's still the issue with the Panther, which gets a good penetrating hit there on the rear armor of the IS-2. Vonasten down to just 2 grenadier squads again, leaving now Jesulin with the infantry superiority numerically with 3 squads. Three vehicle kills. Gun is almost blocked by the IS-2. And White dropping a light machine gun. Lots of anti-aircraft firepower there on the IL-2 Sturmovik here. The sounding on it very efficient. IS-2 actually getting closer to Version 2. It looks like it might activate it sooner than the Panther. There we go, field gun takes a hit from the Sturmpanzer. He's pulling it back, they realise he might lose his heroic field gun there. And he loses the crew to the Sturmpanzer. The shockwave just turns the crew into slush. There he goes, sending in the command team trying to deal with the field gun. Will he try to crew it? Ah, too late, too late. Shattered. Well, it's a good thing then that Jesulin finally checked up. They can soon go for the issue 5. We got the IS-2 moving in here and try to deal with the Grenadiers forcing them back. We got the command tank about here. Panzerwerfer unleashing heli on the western positions. Maxim wiped out, comes almost taken up by the Panzerwerfer barrage, leaving only 2 men shocked, shattered, and barely alive. Command tank with Sturmpanzer moving in. Panther thinking about me, got the issue farm away there for Jesulin. 122 versus 257. Machine guns there forming up the defensive perimeter on the western victory point, but they're being shattered here by the IS-2 soon enough, while the rest of the base is just being pushed back here by Vonasten's armoured thrust. Flanking the IS-2 with the Panther, very good. Very good. Taking advantage there of Jesulin making a mistake with the IS-2. But the IS-2 is certainly climbing faster towards Version 2. Almost got the advantage for Jesulin for the 7th Mechanized Corps. And we got tunnel mines down here from Vonasten. Rather late he considers building those, but now that Jesulin's sort of getting more threatening armor-wise, it makes sense. Now the Panther barrels, he's really good at making good use of the Panther, to be honest. Like, he's making really great uses of it. Note he doesn't just try to blind fire, hoping to catch his units. He just has a good idea where they are and actually acts on it. In case he makes a prediction, but even then it's not like, just hoping his opponents in the base will try to wipe his stuff. So he's actually making pretty good use of the Panther. Got the H5 moving ahead, he has 2 moving westwards. Could get flanked here with the Panther, and the Panther shoots, penetrates, gain veterancy too. Before the IS-2, the IS-2 is still very close. Go for the Panther here with the IS-2, shoots. The sniper shoots the Panther. 50 kills. 50 kills, that's crazy. There's only 3 points left here for Jesulin versus Vonasten's 257. Jesulin definitely needs more armor. If only he'd been faster to take out, I think. H5 continues to land good hits with this 85mm gun. Got the Panther moving up. Shot penetrates easily the H-35's frontal armor. All Russian anti-tank elements miss the Panther. Bad luck there for Jesulin. Comes with the light machine holding up to defend the victory point. Another Panther barrage probably there to flush them out, and there you go. Jesulin takes no chances, but no, he's actually aiming on the rear lines. Cheeky. IS-2 not by the veteran, increasing its accuracy and its range. Bad news for any Germans caught in his line of fire. There we go, wipes the machine gun. 27 kills on the IS-2. And we got a Stug on the way for Vonasten. Vonasten is back-teched for Stug to deal with the IS-2. He could theoretically go for the Panther, but I'm guessing Vonasten just feels like he wants the Stug. He wants something with a higher rate of fire. So we actually got Vonasten here back-teching to deal with the IS-2. Amazing. Oh dear, Jesulin, there wasn't moving fast enough. The Sturmpanzer by now ace level with 49 kills. Wipes the Punitive squad. That's almost as many kills as the sniper. 68 versus 257. And we got the Stuttgart there for Vonasten. Jesulin needs more armor. He should probably aim for some T-35s. But there you go. Panther, Stug going for the IS-2 there. He's only down to 1 field gun now. The times of the Glorious 3 are long gone. Stug Panther pursuing the IS-2. IS-2 there down to less than half health. The Stug Panther combo. Oh, he's almost got the Panzerwerfer. And misses. So close. Panther half H of veterancy 3. Penal troops there, popping a satchel charge on the Stug, damaging its engine. No, those were not anti-tank penal troopers. That was just him getting lucky, and Vonasten wasn't paying attention until it was too late. 50 kills in the Sturmpanzer. Sniper with 54 kills. More ponies from the Vonasten. Vonasten's just down to 1 gun. He's got another Panther for the barrage off. Not even repaired it. He seems to be guessing more now with this Panzerwerfer though. Might be Vonasten is starting to feel the pressure from Jesulin to feel the heat. T-35 on the way there for Jesulin. Panther takes a rear hit here from the field gun. Command tank though helps absorb some of the damage. There you go, where the H5 creeping ahead. IS-2 is... he should actually use the self-repair ability just to speed up the repairs. But Jesulin's forces are absolutely tattered now. Quite the circus there. Vonasten's assembling in terms of vehicles. 2-2, Panzerwerfer, Stug, Sturmpanzer, Command Tank, and a Panther. Got the 2 drawing in. He needs the the Sturmpanzer spectacularly misses. T-35 goes for it. Gets a good hit there. 52 versus 251. Got the final 2-2-2. It took him, I don't know, close to like 50 minutes to take the final one out. Probably more like 40 minutes, I guess. So that's a lot of time to take it out 2-2. And there you go, Panther going for the disabled T-45. Jesulin needs to rush in, some of you deal with it. Panther very close to T3, almost got the T-45 here. IS-2, they're going for it. Panther turns around, shoot, bounces, IS-2 turns, shoots, misses, gets the gun at ease instead. Half the squad gone in the blink of an eye. Sturmpanzer going for the field gun, shoots, slightly misses. Field gun turns about, there you go. Gets a rear hit on the Sturmpanzer. T-45 just popped the self-repairs, there you go. Moving ahead with the IS-2, need to be careful. Directed here from the Panther and the Stu, both penetrating the frontal armor of the IS-2. Machine gun opening up the engineers. H-55 good to go, but it's far removed from the fun. And there you go, T-55 going forward, need to get the IS-2 in there to support as well. He's flanking at the Panther with the eyes of the T-55. Drawing the attention away from the IS-2 for 10. There you go, going for the Stuke with the T-55. IS-2 shoots, field gun shoots, H-55 moving in here. Almost got the Stuke, 23 points, almost got the Stuke. IS-2 needs to keep moving. T-55 down, Panther ace level, almost got it. Stuke goes down, Stuke goes down. He's not moving the IS-2 though. 8 points left, field gun going for the centre victory point. We got the Sturmpanzer, the command tank going in for it. 52 kills, field gun crew down. H-5 with the damaged engine. Shoot, but bounces off the Sturmpanzer's arm, and there you go. GG, game over. Jesulin in the end loses a victory for Vonasten. A brutal fight here that got rather close at times. A really, really efficient, aggressive start that I think caught Jesulin here, maybe experimenting with a penal troop oriented start, but again, not quite ready for what Vonasten did there. Vonasten was actually able to rush for T4, which is definitely slightly catching on if you could sort of get off a good start. But in the end, though, I think Vonasten actually gave Jesulin a really good time to take the push back. The problem was Jesulin was just focusing on the IS-2, and even then afterwards didn't take fast enough, which actually ensured that he couldn't punish Vonasten. I would say it otherwise. So it's a rather holding strategy that was actually in some ways inefficient. Could actually allow Jesulin to really pull back and just defeat him. But again, the way Jesulin played was way too slow in taking up. They allowed Vonasten just to build up a force in terms of experience. They just wear down Jesulin. So I definitely think some issues there for Jesulin as the game went on. But even then, really well played there for Jesulin. I think he really had some good opportunities to actually beat Vonasten, but just rather threw away those opportunities, in part because I think he got super zoned in on the IS-2. Again, he did good with it and actually gained a lot. I still think that more armor to support it sooner and faster. So definitely some improvement there. As for Vonasten, he definitely should have, I think, been more aggressive at times. Should have been trying to focus more how to just beat Jesulin rather than just trying to hold on forever, because that really, I think, gave Jesulin way too many opportunities. So that's something to keep in mind there. Food for thought, if you will. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe to the friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a reply and some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dating. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for an awesome episode. Bye.